Hi, I'm Nandi. I'm a licensed midwife, a trained doula, and a mother of 3 based in Sweden. Welcome to my channel. Something that I talk about with people around me is knowing your rights when you are dealing with healthcare. This can be difficult regardless if you are born and raised in Sweden or if you're coming from another country, and that's why I have made this video for you. The most common thing I tell people is that you have a right to choose by law. This means that even though you enter the realm of healthcare, it doesn't matter what they offer you. You have a choice to... Come on, motorcycle. I don't know if it picks this up, but they have a choice. So you have a choice by law to accept or say no to the healthcare that is offered. I'm going to go in a little bit more deeper on this. This goes for all healthcare, so this is not just focused on when you are having a baby. This is every time you are dealing with healthcare in Sweden. What is offered to you is not something that you have to say yes to. It's a choice either way. First and foremost, remember that your body is your body and you make choices when it comes to your body. The same goes as for your unborn child. Your baby in uterus is your baby and you make choices for that baby. You should get information regardless of the situation. You should receive information so that you can make an informed choice when it comes to the healthcare that is offered to you. This means that if you do not understand what is being said, you can ask the healthcare professionals to use other words or other wording for you to understand what is being said. And in most situations, you should also have time to digest and make an informed choice. So you choose what is happening to you in your body. Ask for pros and cons when it comes to what's being offered to you. That can be side effects. This can be if you choose not to follow healthcare personnel's recommendations, what are the consequences for you? So really get as much information as possible, and don't be scared to ask questions. You're entitled to ask questions so you can make an informed decision. My personal advice is always to bring another person with you when you deal with healthcare. This can be a friend or your partner, or somebody that you feel will have your best interest at heart. Sometimes when you receive a lot of information, it might be hard to understand what's being said, and you might not think of the questions right away. But sometimes it can help to have another person in the room that can ask the questions that maybe you are not thinking about at this moment. For birth, this could be your partner or another birth companion or a doula that knows kind of what questions to ask, has the experience when it comes to birth, and therefore can help you make an informed decision. Healthcare personnel need to abide by the law, and the laws that healthcare personnel need to abide by trump any routines or any way they work in the hospital, meaning that they can say, oh, but this is how we do it here, if it's something that you do not want, because by law you can then say this is not what I want. One law that is good to know is Patientlagen. I will put a link to it in the description box. There you can find out more information about, for an example, informed consent. If Swedish is not your first language, you are entitled to having an interpreter, meaning that if you feel that you need an interpreter, you should have one. This is regardless if you are going into a scheduled visit or if you're going into some kind of unscheduled emergency situation or a birth. If you feel that you need an interpreter, ask for that. And even if the healthcare personnel say, but I understand you, you still have a right to have an interpreter. The interpreter is for you and not the healthcare personnel, because for you to understand everything that is offered to you and what is going on, it's important that you fully understand it. And then it doesn't matter if the healthcare personnel feel like they understand you. You need to feel comfortable and you need to feel like you understand. So ask for an interpreter if that's what you want and feel like you need it. That is your right. If you feel that you have experienced trauma or complications due to the healthcare that you have received, there are places that you can turn to report these things. First, you can turn to Patientnämnden. They deal with... Patientnämnden is the first choice that who you contact if you are not satisfied with the care you received. They are responsible to ensuring the quality of care in healthcare. You can also choose to report to IVO, which is Inspektionen för vård och omsorg. Their job is to make sure that healthcare is offering care in accordance to rules and regulations here in Sweden. If you feel like you've been discriminated against, you can report this to Diskrimineringsombudsmannen. Their job is to work towards creating a society free from discrimination. This means if you've been treated badly because of gender or transgender expression or identity, as well as ethnicity, religion or any other belief, disability or age, then you can report this event to them and they will help you further. It's very important that you report bad treatment or maltreatment in healthcare, not to hurt the person or the people that have been involved in the situation, but for this to not repeat itself. Sometimes it's because of the system, of how people were working in healthcare that needs to change. And sometimes there are people that maybe shouldn't be in healthcare. So even though your trauma or your experience can't be undone, see your reporting see you reporting this as a way to help other people in the future not to be subject to the experience that you have been subject to. One other thing to note is that your unborn child isn't legally a person until they're born. So if you are making choices based on what is best for you, that is your choice. Healthcare personnel shouldn't force you or try to persuade you into a situation while through using your baby's best interest as a way of convincing you to do what it is they want to do. You still have a choice. You still have the right to choose what you feel is best for yourself and your body. And if you decline some of the healthcare that is offered to you, it doesn't mean, or you shouldn't be treated any differently after that. Meaning, if you say no to A, B, and C, but want D, you should still be treated. You should still receive D without any. It should be as good as if you would have said yes to everything, basically. Regardless if you have said no to some things and yes to some things, your quality of care should be the same. It should be good quality care regardless of what you have chosen to say yes or no to. You have a right to read your patient charts. For a lot of places, they are connected to 1177 Vårdguiden. I'll link them below. Where you log in with your bank ID and you can read your chart there. Some places are not connected through there, and then you will have to ask to get your charts sent to you. You can find out by asking the healthcare where you are or where you're being treated, how you get to your how you will get to your patient charts. I hope this video has been useful for you and that you feel a little bit more empowered when dealing with healthcare. I have not shot this video to scare you that healthcare is bad and they're going to treat you bad. It's more of a way of me helping you, or my hope is that this will empower you, that you feel that you have a right to ask questions and make choices, and have that informed consent would be abided by when you are in contact with healthcare. If there's anything I've forgotten that should have been included in this video, please leave a comment below. And maybe I'll make another video or just read the comments if you're looking for more information that I didn't add. I will leave the links to laws and all these places that you can report to in the description box. Some of them are only accessible in Swedish and some of them are accessible in other languages. But sometimes you can translate them in your web browser. So yes, see if you find what you're looking for there.